All right, what's happening, everybody? Want to give you guys something really quickly. Most of you guys know already that when I was in undergrad, I already told you in other videos, I graduated with a 2.3 GPA. That made certain things very difficult. That made getting, jobs after the fact very difficult. That made getting into post grad education somewhat difficult, and one of the messages that I've tried to tell you guys through my average is failure message is that it's not just okay to simply pass. It's not okay, and not just in your academics, but in life in general. It's not okay to simply settle for being able to get by. It's not okay to simply settle for being able to get the job done. But what very much comes into play, especially when you're dealing at a time like this, when we're in somewhat of a recession, according to most people, how well you're able to get the job done is really what will determine the type of lifestyle that you would live, the type of success that you will see. And so, like I said, there's a difference between 2.3 GPA and 4.0. And so I just wanted to update you guys a little bit. I've just completed a semester of graduate school, and I wanted to let you guys know that I told you guys how over the summer when I was doing my prerequisite courses for this particular program that I'm doing, I told you guys that I had gotten what I want to say two A's and an A minus, right? And so now that I've officially begun the coursework for the actual graduate program, I wanted to let you guys know what my GPA is, and I'm excited to do that, man. Man, so excited to do that finally. So I graduated undergrad with a 2.3 GPA, and I'm now proud to be able to say that my grades so far in uh in graduate school now this semester I received an A, an A minus, and a B minus. So that combined with my prerequisite courses, I right now have a 3.68 GPA in grad school. And it's to some extent that's somewhat disappointing because it's like, man, what could have been my lifestyle if I had had that kind of focus while I was in undergrad? Like, why did it take me so long to get to that realization point? So I'm just trying to save you guys who are currently in undergrad or maybe in high school. I don't know if some of you guys have seen me at the junior high school stage, and even for those of you who are past that stage, you could be like in your 50s, 60s. You could be at all sorts of stages in your life. I just want you to get that principle of, listen, you can turn things around. And what I want to do is I want to give you guys just three just real simple basic things that I think helped me to get things turned around, and in hopes that it will help you to turn things around also. So um, first thing is you have to find out what it is that you really want to accomplish. And when I say what you want to accomplish, I don't mean what your mother has wanted you to accomplish or what your father has wanted you to accomplish, what your brother or sister or your friends think that you should accomplish. I think that you need to get to the point where you actually sit down and say to yourself, what do I had to do that? It had to come to a point where I said, Vaughn, what does Vaughn want to accomplish in this life? What is it that motivates me? What is it that gets me excited? And when I finally got to that point, when I really figured out what that thing was, that's what allowed me to say, you know what, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to choose a major that has to do with that, something that I'm excited about, something that I actually want to do, want to accomplish. And once I did that, man, no longer did schoolwork just seem like schoolwork. Now I would have 10, 12, 15 page papers, and sometimes, my page count would get up to 20 pages, not because I wanted it to get to 20 pages, but simply because I was now interested in what it was that I was doing. Even things that didn't directly correlate to what I was doing, because I knew the goal that I had, I was interested in getting all that I could, because I knew that in some way, shape, or form, even if it wasn't directly, in some way, shape, or form, it had to do with the subject matter that I was learning. So that's one. I want to hurry up and get through this video. I don't want it to be too long for you guys. The second thing is you have to be engaged, right? when people get married, and I don't mean be engaged and getting married, I'm just using that as an example. But when two people get married, the reason why, or before they get married, they have the term talking about becoming engaged, and the reason why they use that word, that language, is because what you're saying is now I have stepped my commitment level to this thing up past just a casual commitment, but this is something that I'm now dedicated to, right? And so when I mean what I say when I say become engaged with what it is that you're doing, I had to become engaged with the schoolwork. No longer was it something that I was like, okay, you know what, I'll think about this after I've had my fun over here or after I've had my fun over there. It had to become something that I said, you know, the first thing that's on my mind is my schoolwork, my subject matter for the day. So much to the point where it's like, okay, listen, can I go on YouTube and learn things that have to do with my subject matter? No, maybe I won't quote it, but maybe it'll give me some insight that'll get my brain, processing better. Maybe I can go on Wikipedia. No, don't quote from Wikipedia. You already know that. But maybe I can go on Wikipedia and see how I can just learn things that maybe they're not even teaching me about in some of my classes. Maybe I can find theories out there that go against what it is that I'm learning in my classes, and maybe that'll give me some more perspective for when I go into the classroom and when we have discussions. Okay, so be engaged. So first two things. First thing was find what it is that you want to do. Second thing was once you find that thing, once you get into that area of what it is that you want to be doing, that goes for your job too. Just be engaged at the job. You're not going to want to do everything, but be engaged. So second thing, be engaged. The third thing, sorry that I'm talking so fast, but I want to get through this without it being too long. Third thing and final thing that I'm going to give you guys is be willing to take risks. And it's funny, I was talking to my boy. I hadn't spoken to him since I left New York and moved down here to Alabama. But one of the things that he was saying is that he said, Vaughn, when you made that move, I really thought that it was I thought that it was somewhat of a premature move. It wasn't something that it seemed that you had time to process too long about. But he said, but I'm glad to see that you made the move and it's actually working out, way better than I thought it would have. And I told him, I was like, yo, listen, this move has not been easy. This move has come with its struggles and still comes with its struggles, that I still have to deal with. However, I can see the growth that I've had because of making the move, and I think that it was something. I think it was necessary that I took the risk to come on down here. The things that I've learned, the people who I've met, the introduction to leadership, and even some opportunities that I've had since I've been out here have been, unlike what I would have been able to experience while I was back home in New York. Not because it wasn't there, but because listen, my network in New York, I was so connected to my network that my network is somewhat of a distraction because it was too easy for me to get pulled over here and to get pulled over here because I had a strong network in New York. Now I'm at a place where I had to really be smart about the people who I'm connecting to, who I'm getting to know, the experiences that I choose now to get involved with. You know what I'm saying? So all that is to say that there's sometimes in life where it's not going to be a clean situation where you can say, well, yeah, I processed this whole thing through, and this is definitely the move that I'm going to make based off of the scientific evidence. Like as much as people might say, and I'm not knocking science, science has allowed us to do a lot of things in this world, but as much as people say that science is everything, I want you and I need you guys to understand that there's comes point in your life where using a scientific theory isn't going to really get you the results that you want, and you have to be able to say to yourself, you know what, um, I just have to take that risk and go after what it is that I think that I need to be doing, that dream that I think that I have, so that I can say, so that I can at least see if I can make it or not. You know what I mean? You look at anybody who's great in this world that we consider great, they taking risks. They taking risks when we were going through things such as men like Martin Luther King Jr. had to take risks, or even Martin Luther himself had to take risks. Abraham Lincoln had to take risks. When they were creating America, America had to, take some risk in order to create the nation that I'm privileged to live in now. And in spite of those risks have come with difficulties. A lot of people have lost their lives because of the risks. But man, look at the reward that has come because of some of the risks. And so this video is longer than I really expected it to. I'm taking a risk, truthfully, not on that level, but taking a risk even making these videos, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, whereas some people might have said, well, you don't get that many views anyway, you can hang it up. But if, hey, somebody out there can use some sort of motivation, right? So I'm hoping that this is helping you guys. Anything that you want me to cover, just let me know. Share this with somebody you think this could help. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.